Warm welcome to all of you for attending this webinar on a topic called Securities Lending and Borrowing. When we talk about SLBM or Securities Lending and Borrowing, there are two parties in the contract termed as lender and borrower. Before going for the presentation or before understanding the topic, we should be understanding who is the lender, who is a borrower, and how can a lender earn an extra income out of their idle stocks. Who is a lender and who is a borrower? When we talk about lender and a borrower, in simple words, lender is a person who lends the shares to the borrower and earns an extra income. A borrower is a person who uses the shares from the lender and speculates in the market. He is a trader. He has a negative view, or he is looking out to do trading out of those stocks. So the borrower will earn an income out of the speculation and will give some certain amount of money that is called as a premium to the lender for using the shares from the lender. In HDFC Securities, any client can have roles of a lender and borrower depending on the requirement of those shares. Now, when we talk about securities lending and borrowing, it's very important to understand when I talk lenders will lend their shares and borrowers will take the shares from the lender. The second question arises in the mind of the lender: is it safe? Will my shares be returned back? Who is going to be the guarantor? How will I get the funds? And will it be a valid contract? When we talk about this, it's very important to understand who facilitates this product and what are the features of this product. As the first slide states, securities lending and borrowing is a mechanism. It's a facility which allows the investors to earn an income out of their ideal shares. When I talk about income or earning an income on ideal shares, I would also add two more points. It's an additional income which is risk free. So I'm adding a word called risk free, and it is a incremental income. So whenever the lender will give the shares to the borrower, he will always get an incremental income out of those shares. So whenever shares are given to the borrower, as I said, this facility is provided by NSE, National Stock Exchange. There is a guarantor as well who takes care of clearing, settlement, and guarantee. When I talk about clearing, settlement, and guarantee, here comes Clearinghouse Clearing Corporation, which is NCL, NSE Clearing Limited. It is a part of an exchange who takes care of all the guarantees, all the settlements, and clearing of the trades. Hence, the entire risk is covered by the clearing corporation. So the lenders may be rest assured these shares will be credited back to the lender's account, the client's account, at the respective settlement, the reverse leg settlement. Hence, we'll talk about the reverse leg, we'll talk about the process and the contract period in further slides. When we talk about features about SLBM, securities lending and borrowing, there are main four features of SLBM. The first one, as I said, additional income means the lender will earn lenders will earn a generate additional income from the ideal portfolio. Now, lenders may have stocks, maybe TCS, maybe Wipro, maybe IRCTC, maybe Shree Cement, Indus Towers. There are different scripts which lenders will hold or the customers will hold. The customers do not intend to sell in near future. When I talk about near future, maybe a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, 2 months. These securities are kept in lender's account, and lenders thinks, okay, fine, let us sell these shares once the price goes up after 3 months or after a year. Here, lenders have an opportunity to give these shares to the borrower and earn an income. Now, how many stocks are available? As the second point states, multiple stocks. So these are basically stocks which are available in derivatives. I'll show the list of stocks which are available in our website. In addition to the same, I will also show how to check the rates in NSE website. In addition to above, I will also talk about the privilege to be granted for SLBM and how to place an orders. So we'll talk all about this in the today's session. When I talk about the third point, enables short sell, here comes the borrower's viewpoint. Here borrowers thinking the market is going to be bearish. So when the borrower has a bearish view on the stock, he will borrow the stock from the lender, sell them in the market. When the stock price goes down, he will buy it back and give it back to the lender. Hence, the borrower has the view that the markets may go down. Hence, he would do a sell and a buy transaction. In case the market goes up, the loss is for the borrower. However, the borrower needs to buy the shares and give it back to the lender. As the fourth point states, no counterparty risk. NCL or the clearing corporation acts as the financial guarantee, and here the entire risk is covered by SLB. The entire risk is covered by NCL in SLB product. So lenders be rest assured. How will the shares come back? When will the reverse leg settlement happen? We'll talk about that as well. What is the settlement tenure for SLBM or settlement cycle? Stock borrowed can be done up to 12 months period. The stock borrowing is available for 1 month till 12 months. Hence, the settlement for those stocks will happen on first Thursday of the respective month. As in derivatives, it is the last Thursday of the respective month. For SLBM, it becomes the first Thursday of the respective month. The reverse leg settlement happens on the first Thursday of the respective month. So there are fixed settlement dates on first Thursday. On those specific months, only those shares will be returned back to the lender's account. So if I talk about lenders giving shares for the month of April, for example, if a lender is giving shares or the customer is giving shares for the month of April, the shares will be returned back on 6th of April. Since 6th of April is the first Thursday of the respective month. For example, if a lender is giving shares for the month of May, 4th May the shares will be returned back. That is called as a reverse leg day. The reverse leg happens on the first Thursday of the respective month. For example, the customer gives the shares for the month of June. 1st June is the first Thursday and the shares will be credited back to the lender's account. For example, the shares are given for the month of July. It will be 6th of July as the first Thursday is 6th of July. So the stocks will be credited back to the lender's account on the respective month first Thursday. That is technically called as reverse leg settlement. Reverse leg settlement. Why securities and lending and borrowing? Why would investors do a securities lending and borrowing? Your lenders has the clear view that he doesn't want to sell the shares and lenders can earn an additional income out of the stocks. So hence lender will give those shares to the borrower and earn an additional income. However, the borrower's main function in the market, as he has a negative view in this market, he would sell the stocks. Borrow it first, sell the stocks, and buy them when the market falls. The difference between the selling and the buying price would be the trader's profit. Here, borrower would earn if there's a difference in prices between the sell price and the buying price. In case the market goes up, the borrower would incur a loss. However, the borrower needs to give the shares back to the lender as promised to NCL, the clearing corporation. When we talk about type series in SLBM, most of us know, we'll go to the next slide, most of us know there are corporate actions given by companies like dividend, stock split, amalgamation, merger, rights issue, buyback, delisting. There are number of corporate actions given and these benefits are given to the shareholders. Now, whenever there's a contract between a lender and a borrower, and during that period, in case there's a corporate action announced, if the shares are given in series A, if the shares are given in series A, then the contract will close 2 days prior to the ex date. 2 days prior to the execution date, the contract will foreclose and the shares will be credited back to the lender, as the lender is the original holder of the shares. However, in series B, the contract closes except in case of dividend and stock split. Except in case of dividend and stock split, contract continues. In case of dividend and stock split, contract continues, and the benefits of the dividends and stock split will be given to the lender at the end of the contract period. The benefits of dividend and stock splits will be given to the lender at the end of the contracting period under the reverse leg. Hence, Series A and Series B are different series wherein whenever customer places an order, he or she needs to mention it as Series A or Series B. How will the customer mention the same? For example, if I am giving shares for the month of April for the stock called TCS for Series B, I will mention as TCS X4. For example, I'm giving for the month of April Series B IRCTC. So I'll mention as IRCTC X4. Series B denotes X4 and Series A denotes 04. So 1 is January, 2 is Feb, 3 is March, 4 is April, 5 is May. Starting numbers from zeros are Series A and starting numbers from X is Series B. So for example, if I want to give it for Series A, for TCS for the month of May, I'll mention as TCS 05. So it denotes I, as a lender, I am ready to give the shares for Series A, that is TCS 05 for the month of May. So this is how the descriptor is mentioned, and this is as per the NSE. So whenever any lender wishes to give the contract to the borrower, any lender wishes to give the wishes to enter into contract for giving the shares to the borrower, it is very important for us to understand what is Series A and what is Series B. And for Series A and Series B, he needs to mention the numeric numbers or alphanumeric numbers as given in the table. I will show how to place an orders as well. When we understand about SLBM, the most important question would arise: what about the income to the lender? Will it be a long-term or short-term capital gain? How will it happen? How will it happen if I'm giving the shares to the borrower? What about my income? Will it be a long-term, short-term capital gain? No, it won't be a long-term, short-term capital gain. It won't be a long-term short-term capital gain. However, it will be considered as income from other sources. However, it will be considered as income from other sources. Since this is only a transfer of shares, it is not a capital transfer, it is a temporary lend. The rights of the shares are in the hands of lender. Hence, this is not considered as a short term or a long term capital gain. However, it is considered as temporary lend, and income will be considered as income from other sources. Now let us check how will I, as an investor, first I need to have the privilege, because this is a product which is launched by NSE and this is slightly different from equity. Hence, every investor needs to have the privilege for this product. The privilege is absolutely free of cost. Any investor need not require to pay a single penny for the privilege. Privileges are absolutely free for all our investors. Only the thing, investors needs to click the link, enter the details as username, password and all those details, and upload any of the income document like ITR copy or a salary slip or a DP holding more than 10,000 or 6 months bank statement. Anything can be uploaded. Any one of the document can be uploaded and privilege can be granted. I will explain you how to get the privilege. I'll go to HDFC Securities. HDFC Securities. I'll go to products. Since it is an equity product, I'll go to securities lending and borrowing. Here I'll get the benefits. Here I'll get how to get privilege. I'll simply click on how to get privilege. Here apply online or apply offline. Offline is downloading the form, filling up the form, along with the form, attaching the documents, signing it duly signed and send it to the branch, nearest branch or operations team. However, the online application is fast, easy and quick and secure. I'll simply click here. I'll agree to terms and conditions and I'll click on proceed. I'll enter my username. I'll enter my password. I'll enter the captcha. I'll get an OTP. I'll click on login. Once I click on login, it's online entered. I'll try to re-log in. Give me a moment, please. Sorry for the technical glitch. Products, SLBM, how to get privilege. I'll simply click here online. I'll accept the terms and conditions. You can proceed. I'll enter my username. I'll enter the OTP. Here, I'll upload the document. Here, I can see. I'll simply click on the income range, whatever the income range it is. I'll simply click on the income range. I'll upload any of the document which is mentioned below. Please note it should be a password free. It should not have any passwords. I'll simply select any one of the above: salary slip or form 16 or DP holding bank statement for last 6 months or DP holding more than 10,000 or LIC or Kisan Vikas Padh mutual fund statement, any of the document, and I'll click on submit. Once I click on submit, I'll get a mail from HDFC Securities with regards to the privilege being granted. Once the privilege is being granted, I can simply click and trade. Before going to trade, I'll simply show how to check how many stocks are available in SLBM. I'll simply go to products. I'll go to securities lending and borrowing. In securities lending and borrowing, I simply have here how many stocks are eligible for SLBM. The list of stocks are decided by exchange. Please click here for further details. I'll simply click here. An Excel sheet will get downloaded. This is an Excel sheet which is get downloaded. I'll simply come to know how many scripts are available. Here I can see the list of scripts which are available for SLBM. So I can simply lend my stocks to the borrower and earn additional income out of these scripts which I give it to the borrower. So here are the list of stocks which I can give. So there are around 672 scripts which is available, and this is available on our website as well. The last part of the session, when I talk about trading, how will I go ahead and trade in SLBM? But before that, I'll go to nseindia.com. I will see the prices of the stock. How to check the prices of the stock? I'll go to nseindia.com. I'll go to market data. In market data, I have something called market watch. In market watch, I have something called securities lending and borrowing. I'll simply click on securities lending and borrowing. These are series A and series B. So I'll select series B for April. Here I can see the list of stocks. For example, in this towers, there's a borrower for 2800 at 2 rupees. However, for lenders, there's a lender for 40 shares at 2 rupee 99 paisa. For similarly, I have a lender for Berger Paints 5,500 shares at 2 rupees. However, there's a lender for 100 shares at 2 rupees 75 paisa. For SBI, there's 8,000 shares at 1 rupee 1 paisa. However, there's a lender for 50 shares at 2 rupee 99 paisa. Now, if I want to place an order for SBI, how will I place an order and how will I see whether the stocks have been executed or the order has been executed or it is pending, or at what price should I go ahead and give the stock? So I'll simply go ahead and go to hdfcsecurities.com. I'll click on login page. You put my username. I'll put my password. I'll click on login. I'll enter my OTP. This is my HDFC Securities, the home page, the platform page where investors can place an order. This is the page wherein investors can see the dashboard. Investors can check the details on our dashboard, and investors can place an orders from here. From the same page, investors can see their portfolios. They can place orders in derivatives, mutual funds, apply for an IPO, buyback, SLBM. Everything is available from here. Since I want to trade in SLBM, I'll go to equity section. In equity, I have something called SLBM borrow, lend, order book, trade book, and review. I want to lend, for example, I want to lend stocks called SBI. Since I was looking here for SBI, SBI 8,000 shares at 1 rupee. I want to lend shares of SBI. So I'll simply click here SBI card X4 as I'm mentioning because it's for April series. I'll simply select the expiry date is 6th of April, X4 is B series. I want to give how many shares? I want to give 10 shares. I want to see how many people are quoting at what price. So I'll simply click here get quotes. So I'll get the quotes 1 rupee, 2 rupee 99 paisa, 50 shares at 1 there's a 1 borrower. I want to quote at 2 rupee 90 paisa. I want to quote, I want to give 10 shares at 2 rupee 90 paisa. I simply click on place order. Once I place an order, I'll be placing order. Here you can see 2 rupee 99. So once I click on confirm, my buying details, my debind details are displayed here to hold. And once I confirm, here you can see 2 rupee 90 paisa, 10 quantity, one lender. Since I'm placing an order, I'll simply click on confirm and hold. So here you can see 2 rupee 90 paisa, 10 shares, one lender has come. So I've placed an order here, but the order is not executed because the price, there's a difference between price. So I can check here and I can see my order book, it's pending. My order book is pending. So since my order book is pending, so I'll have to wait for the borrower to either. So my order is pending. I can either modify the order, I can change the order 2 rupee 90 paisa, I can change to 2 rupee 50 paisa, confirm the order, place an order, confirm the order. My order is changed to 2 rupee 50 paisa. If I want to cancel the order, I can simply click here and cancel. This is for SBI cards. X4, 6th of April is the expiry. I simply click on cancel. I click on confirm. The order is cancelled. So this is how I can place an order. I can check my details whether order has been executed or not. So I'm open for question answer session. I request investors to ask their questions, ask their doubts if there's any, so that I can explain them and I can solve their queries as well. I'm open for question and answer session. Okay, there's a question from Mr. Sai. Will HDFC Securities charge brokerage for these transactions? Yes, HDFC Securities will charge 15% brokerage on the premium and 18% GST on 15% brokerage. So if I as an investor, if I'm paying, for example, if I'm earning 10,000 rupees, I'll be paying 1,500 rupees as a brokerage and 332 approximately as a GST. So I would get around 8,200 rupees, roughly 8,200 rupees I will earn, and that will be an extra income out of my shares. There's a question from Ms. Rashmi Saxena. Can we individual investors act as a borrower as well? Yes, ma'am, you can act as a borrower. I want to place. I'll show. I want to buy shares. I'll simply click on buy. I'll click on SLBM. I'll click on NSE cash. Here I want to buy for shares called TCS X4. Right, I'll check the quotes. There's no borrower, there's a lender as 4 rupee 49 paisa. I want to take at 0.01. Since I'm borrower, I want to give it 1 paisa. I'll simply click on place order, confirm order. It will ask my buying details because it will confirm my buying details, and I'll click on confirm. Once I click on confirm, my order is executed. Okay, it's not executed because of some reason. I simply click here. I click here on buy SLBM. One rupee 75 paisa. I want to buy at 0.02 paisa. I want to borrow shares. Purchase. Confirm. Okay, it doesn't have the sufficient balance, so I'll not be able to place because they don't have balance. So nevertheless, I can simply click here and borrow shares as well. I can act as a borrower and a lender both. Any other questions, sir, ma'am? Any other questions, sir, ma'am? Yes, ma'am. Rashmi, the question was Rashmi. So after borrowing, the shares will be reflected in our demat account, and can we trade? Yes, ma'am. The shares will be reflected on T+1. That is, if you trade today, if the trade is executed today, and the shares will be credited in your demat account tomorrow. Yes, you can trade, but do remember the shares should be there on reverse leg -1. The share should be there in demat account. Since these shares are not yours, you'll have to give it back to the lender. The lender is the original shareholder. The shares should be kept in the demat account on T-1. That is the first Wednesday of the month, because the first Thursday is the shares will be debited and credited to the lender. Hence, you will have to keep the shares on T-1, the reverse leg -1 day. There's a question, Mr. Sai. After order placed, shares comes or goes immediately? Yes, sir. The shares will be debited from a demat account today itself. Tomorrow morning, it will be credited to the borrower's account immediately, and the funds will be credited tomorrow evening. Since you are the lender, the funds will be credited. The funds will be credited tomorrow evening. What are the charges for the borrower? Same as lender. There will be no charges. But yes, ma'am, you will have to keep 125% of the value of the shares. Since you have borrowed the shares, NSCL requires the guarantee from the borrowers. Since you have borrowed shares from the lender. Any other questions? Charges will be same as the borrower, as lender. 15% plus GST. 15% on brokerage, 15% brokerage on the premium and GST. 125% total value of shares? Yes, ma'am. 125% total value of shares. Since you are borrowing shares, you are not the owner of the shares, ma'am. You will have to keep 125%. This is as per the NSE exchange norms. This is as per the NSE exchange norms. Yes, ma'am. There's a question of Rashmi. This amount should reflect in my bank account. Yes, ma'am. The amount will be debited from your bank account. The amount will be debited from your bank account. And in addition to this, there's a contract note will be which will be issued to the contract note will be issued to you, stating there's a contract between the lender and the borrower. On first Friday, will it be credited to my bank on credited back to my account? Ma'am, since you have borrowed the shares, once you have borrowed the shares, the funds will be debited. The funds will be debited and the shares will be credited to you. And once you have given the shares to the lender, the entire funds, the security deposit will be credited to your bank account. Because NCL, that is clearing corporation, requires a guarantee. And for guarantee, financial guarantee, it will debit your broker's account. Your broker would debit your bank account. Since you are HDFC Securities customer, you would debit your bank account as a security deposit. Since the same deposit is required by exchanges. And the percentage is fixed as per the norms. Any other questions, sir, ma'am? Okay, there's a question from Sai. For borrowing, additional margins required? Yes, in case there's a margin requirement, then borrowers have to pay. Have a great evening. I hope the webinar was good, and please share your valuable and constructive feedback so that uh, we can have more webinars with regards to not only SLBM, with regards to MTF, with regards to e-margin product, with regards to derivatives, small case, DY SIP, that is stock SIP, Pro Terminal. There are various webinars happening with regards to the product wherein investors can invest and earn from different ways or different investment ideas. So thank you so very much. Have a great day and do take very good care of yourselves. Thank you. In case of anything, please get in touch with our relationship managers or get in touch with our customer care team. They'll be glad to assist you always. Thank you so very much.